A police report has now been filed against Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott for sexual assault in 2017. This week, Prescott's legal team filed an extortion lawsuit against the woman and met with Prosper Police to file a criminal complaint. Stephen Dow in studio after reading the legal filings about the allegations and has more on the back and forth. Stephen.
Dak Prescott's lawyer told us in a statement the Cowboys quarterback has never engaged in any non-consensual sexual conduct, and as the legal back and forth escalates, Dallas police confirmed a sexual assault report was filed this week.
Sexual assault claims against Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott came to the attention of his lawyer in January. This demand letter to Prescott's attorney from the law office of Patel Zahay, dated January 16th, asked for $100 million to forego pursuing criminal charges and keep the allegations quiet. The letter claims back in 2017, Victoria Shores allegedly communicated with Prescott on Snapchat. When the two hung out with some of Prescott's friends, Shores was told to get in the back row of an SUV. The letter claims Prescott allegedly exposed himself to her. Shores' lawyer claims she verbalized she did not want to engage in sexual intercourse. When the vehicle stopped and passengers exited, the letter claims Prescott, quote, used physical force and sexually assaulted Ms. Shores by penetrating her against her consent.
It takes time for sexual assault victims to come out.
Fox 4 does not typically identify alleged victims of sexual assault, but Shores' lawyers chose to make it public. Dallas police confirmed they are now investigating a sexual assault complaint filed against Prescott on Tuesday. Yoel Zahay, the attorney for the accuser, talked about the case to 105.3 The Fan Tuesday. He did not address why Shores did not pursue criminal charges first. And when questioned about why they demanded $100 million in hush money, said this.
What's the price that you can put on a rape? The trauma that comes from that, the humiliation that comes from that, there's not a price tag you can put on that. So to be honest, I don't think $100 million was out of the realm of possibility. Now, were we willing to negotiate it? Yes.
Prescott's lawyer, Levi McCatherine, filed a civil lawsuit saying Prescott is being extorted. The demand letter is part of the lawsuit. In a statement, McCatherine said, quote, Mr. Prescott, a new father to a baby girl, has great empathy for survivors of sexual assault. He fervently believes that all perpetrators of such crimes should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. To be clear, Mr. Prescott has never engaged in any non-consensual sexual conduct with anyone. Lies hurt, especially malicious lies. Prescott lives in Prosper, and a city spokesperson confirmed that Prescott's lawyers met with the Prosper Police Department, claiming that he was possibly a victim of theft by coercion. Prescott is expected to get another large contract salary soon, and Shore's lawyer was asked what he would say in response to the timing of these sexual assault claims.
I would just say to the people who I saw who were saying Dak is innocent, I would just ask them, to hear both sides of the story and to not do what we always do and find excuses to try to make the rapist the victim.
Some strong allegations. I reached out to both the lawyer for the accuser and Prescott's lawyer for further comment, and we have not heard back from each of them.